Welcome back to Let's Play the Curious Expedition. When we last left off, we finished the expedition in 80 days as we were challenged by a gentleman. So look up your Jules Verne references and let's play the Curious Expedition. Which again presents us with the choice of 3 locations. The Sad Desert, the Lunatic Desert, and the Magnificent Grasslands. However, I do want one of those deserts in this case because they have a buried golden pyramid, which is something I want to show you. So we'll take the Lunatic Desert. Mostly because it's closer and because it says Lunatic Desert. I don't know, something about that attracts me. So we'll start the expedition. Okay. Full of anticipation, I stored my equipment on the ship. The crew had preparations left to do, so I sat on the pier and waited. The gentleman tipped his hat at our expedition. He wouldn't have thought that we were able to return within 80 days, but I had proven him wrong. He handed me a fine reward. 10 weather balloons. Are you serious? Okay, a trader approached me with a request. He was a collector of sorts and promised to pay well for any instruments that we would return with. We'll accept that. Although I really don't want to use my to give up my drums. Cultist, no. Let's see what we can buy. I really want to sell those. This is so useless. The weather balloon is I think it gives you a region point, but I don't need that. Okay, I'll only buy that. Medkits never hurt. I guess I'll dump the rest in that. I mean, I still have chocolate, so I don't need whiskey. And yeah, deal. And this is where you really want to sell stuff, because I don't need 10 friggin' weather balloons. Okay. Alright, you're even more overburdened now. We made sure to pick extra water rations. We would surely be glad to have them in these deadly dunes. Yes, each time you have to you cross the desert areas here, you have to use 1 water bottle. Just to make things more fun. So we'll start with the weather balloon, which analyzes the region for us. And we'll just upgrade the missionary, because why the hell not? I'm going to see if I can reveal this. I'm going to dump the rest of them, so let's see what we can get out of them before we do so. Oh yes, 1 more hex here. And that's it. You away. Okay, let's see where the edge of the map is. Did we really start in the very center? No, we didn't. Okay, let's see. This area is not accessible, as you can see in the top. This area has a lot of locations, so this might be where the pyramid is. This is normal, this is inaccessible, so I suppose the pyramid is down here. So I'm going to go for this spot first. No, I'm going to go for this first. Ugh, I can't cross the unknown, so oh, that's an oasis. That's useful. We want to stop by there. You can rest in those, and what's more important, you can refill your water in those. We'll explore this cave though. I had a torch and we found some prehistoric paintings. This is a very good event because this allows us to visit a lost world next expedition. Okay. And being able to visit a lost world is something that comes with a fame bonus, and it also comes with a bit more difficult expedition. Okay, could I get this... someone remove this stupid fog here. It's really annoying. Also, this is a giant scorpion, which is something I didn't quite grasp until I was on this side of the battle. I know you can hover over them and see what the creature is supposed to be. Also, I don't know why the game is running so poorly right now. It's generally doing fine. It might be because I'm recording, but I don't think it's that intensive in computer resources. So anyway, you get the drill. Now I could do the stable shot, but I think it really doesn't matter if I do it this order or that order. I would deal 6 damage either way, and I just feel better if I can combine all the dice. So we'll end our round. We did a fair bit of damage to him, while he didn't do that much damage to us. Okay, this, and yeah, I'll save one of those. Great. This is one of the combos we want. We of course lost one of the dice because it didn't show any result we wanted, but we can finish the fight nonetheless. Okay, continue this, and now let's see. We got the scorpion sting and 5 meat. Scorpion meat, a delicacy. Actually, I have never eaten scorpion meat. I'm not overly keen on doing so, to be honest, because why? And we'll cook all of it up, because I'm going to leave my chocolate for the moments when I do need it. Let's use some of the one more weather balloon. Okay, yeah, I think those effects are what causes the game to lag so terribly. I don't know if you can observe it in the video. Alright, I have to dump something. I kinda want to... I'm going to drop the weather balloons. Some of you might be yelling at me for that, but it's just not an item I use that much. Okay, go here. Ooh, hyenas. Those are free meat. It's kind of interesting when you start seeing everything as a sort of meat to restore your sanity with. I suppose you shouldn't be a vegetarian if you watch this video. So another cave it is, and we can collect mushrooms here. Nice. You also get water if you are in the desert area. I can't use that many mushrooms. I still have the medkits. Medkits are safer than red mushrooms, because as I said, red mushrooms have a chance to give you a negative trait, so you might end up becoming claustrophobic or kleptomaniac or anything, or something rather, and that generally sucks. So if you have a medkit, use that. If you have like the resting event with the native that is shivering and stuff, you can use the mushrooms because you don't have to care about them doing stuff, or to care about them getting some negative traits. We're gonna leave that. The underground tunnel just transports you somewhere to another cave. Might be this one, might be a cave on the other side of the map, which is actually not that bad considering where we are right now. Okay, we'll explore the tunnel. Okay, we were surprised to see that this was just the beginning of a long underground tunnel. We marched through the darkness of the tunnel. When I finally saw light coming from an exit, we hurried towards it. So we'll leave that. And we ended up here, which is pretty perfect, because I missed out on that cave, but it's not like I think I missed too much by that. If I explore this cave, it will just take us back. So I'm not going to bother with that. I do need to get here. This is the seal for the buried pyramid, so I have to hit that. It will also reveal the pyramid if you open all of them, all the seals on all the pyramids. Okay, now I have to plan this out a bit. If I still had those weather balloons, I could go to that trader and sell them. But I dumped them, so there is... Actually, we will go to that trader and sell off all the hyena furs. If I can get them that far, that is. Okay, quick shot, this and that. Woohoo, nice. Okay, this... Stable shot and... kill it. This dice system is really actually kind of nice if once you get used to it, and once you know what you can do, where you can do damage, how much you can do, and all that stuff. It's really fun. Even though I do sometimes have trouble with systems that rely heavily on random chance, because that can be really frustrating. I mean, I had some expeditions fail because I got like only terrible dice in the first round, and if you have to fight like 3 raptors at the same time, this is not good. It's pretty much a death sentence for your expedition. Also, we can do some more fancy combos here. This always feel a bit like a waste, because you could get that much more out of it. Like out of those 3 dice, I could probably gain more damage and more everything, but I just don't. Also, I think the scorpion thing is more valuable than the hyena pelts, so I'm going to keep that. Wandering tradesman had set up camp here. The colorfully dressed trader had a lot of useful goods on offer. All of them had undoubtedly been used before, probably during other unsuccessful expeditions. He hesitated before presenting us a selection of his wares. We could not help but think that he was hiding something from us. But I don't know what you can... I don't know if you have any further events for that, if there is anything you can gain out, or any hidden stuff you can gain from this. We'll sell one of those bullets. Deal. The merchants seem to expect to see us again, as customers or the next failed expedition to free of their worldly possessions. Isn't he nice? Okay, now a thing about geysers. You don't want to go all the way through those areas. At least not in one run, because that's really a way to get screwed over. Nature is quite a bitch in this game, and you should be careful. So we'll explore this. Activate the seal. Oops, I forgot to read that, but we'll do another. After many hours of research, we were successful to activate the mysterious mechanism. All of a sudden, a huge beam of light rose from the seal. And our trader's excited, and we have uncovered the pyramid. You can actually find that the top of it without doing this seal thing. However, you kind of have to still go the extra mile and open those seals, because you can't you can't enter the pyramid otherwise. Also, I'm going the short way around that, because those geysers are going to erupt soon. I'm quite sure about that. Oh, you can also set a certain path if you prefer that, because my crew would, of course, try to cut through the shallow waters here, but I don't want them to, simply because I know that those geysers are annoying, and I would prefer those to be avoided. You will see why soon. They should break out any time now. Come on, nature. There we go. So what happens when the geysers... do geysers erupt? When they do their thing, is they slowly replace the this entire area with water, so with deep water. And if that catches up to you, you lose an item, and I think possibly track members. Oh wow, you gain a lot of sanity from that missionary on your track. This evening we reached a village inhabited by many skilled scouts. The villagers had been awaiting us. They did not seem overly fond of our arrival. They were cautious but politely offered their help. So we will once more trade. I will of course haggle, because that's what I'm good at. And I would take the elephant tusk, but instead I will go for all the torches. All of them. Actually only 4, but you get my point. Okay. If I go here, is that worth it? No, don't go through there. I really wish the auto... no, don't do that. The auto pathing would consider geysers, because that's really annoying, especially if you discover them. Yeah, you see it's replacing them now. The water doesn't spread out further than where it was at, but this is really annoying. Also, this sound you hear, it sounds like something breaking. That's always what you get when you use an item when you pass an error, a hex on the map. It's a nice little reminder that you are using something up. At least I find it nice. It's kind of an annoying sound, but who cares? Okay, we'll explore the camp. A French explorer. I don't know how you can see that he was a Frenchman, but we will still loot him. Treasure map. We don't have any shovels, so there is really no point in taking that. Otherwise I would, but no, not this time. Okay, we will make our way to the shrine. We will loot that no matter what. Because I need the fame. We're on the second half of the game, so I really need to think about my fame. Not about the afterlife, but about my fame. Because I will most certainly... okay, long cracks. Long cracks are not good. But I do need the stuff from here, so we'll only take the golden statue. Those moonstones are good for the normal golden pyramids, because from Expedition 3 on, or Expedition 4 on, I think 4, 5 and 6, you need one of those to enter the pyramid. So you have to get them somewhere. You can take them from the past expedition, so if you keep those, you can pretty much go, for example, in the 6th expedition without and go straight for a pyramid without having to worry about getting those moonstones. But we don't have the space for that nonsense, so I'll just take the statue and leave. I would not leave empty-handed. We took the artifact from the altar. The moment we obtained the treasure, the earth began to rumble. We hurried outside as the shrine collapsed and huge mountains erupted from the ground. Also, notice that you kinda... notice why I find it so hard to not lose all my standing with the natives, because you lose standing with the natives if you raid a shrine, you lose standing with the natives if you killed something, even if it attacks you first. And I can assure you this raptor started it. And you just gain so very, very little standing with them that it is nigh impossible to actually achieve those 15 standing at the end of an expedition. And I simply don't really see a point in trying it, because why would I? I want to win the game. Even though the game currently runs, as I stated, like arse. This shouldn't be as laggy as this, and I really don't know why it is that way. Okay. Now it's time for combining your dice somehow. I think this will... yeah, this will do. Don't know if I would ripple leap a raptor, but okay. Okay, we'll take everything. Always take everything and see what you can sort out afterwards. So, of course, we can use up all the meat. And since that is removed after the expedition anyway, you really don't have to care where that ends up. Would we get to the pyramid that way? No, we'll have to use some more chocolate, and what else can I throw away? I don't have any machetes, so I'm going to discard my climbing gear. And I'm still overburdened, so I will use this and discard the teeth. You can carry a lot of teeth, and they are good trading objects if you need that. I could also explore this one cave down here. Yeah, I'll explore that cave. Maybe I'll find something good in there. I do need a lot of fame, because you saw that the, I forgot the name, is quite far ahead of us fame-wise, so we do have to get some fame as well. And I'm hoping for a fame-boosting event in this cave. Okay, light a torch, and yes, that's what I wanted to see. We lit the torch and descended into the darkness. We arrived at a chamber. It obviously served as some kind of ceremonial tomb. Inside it were large wrapped bundles that seemed to hold the remains of dead bodies. Many of the mummies were falling apart, so could not be of any value. However, after a thorough investigation, our search was successful. So we can get 2 mummies out of this, and I will eat all my chocolate if it means I can take at least one of those with me. So there's that, and I have to dump that one. Or I have to throw something away. And I don't have the money to replace all my stuff, so I'm afraid one of the mummies has to stay. Okay, we will gift a lot of stuff to the museum this time. I suppose I'll only really sell 1 item at max. I think it's going to be the raptor skin. Okay, we'll enter the pyramid. And we'll finish the expedition on day 90. So we lost a bit of fame there for the 91 days, but we'll finish the expedition nonetheless. And we get charismatic, which allows us to get up to 2 units before the expedition. So this is, I don't know if we need that. Dream visions, that is kinda useful, but I prefer this one. Bullet water. You will get a spare bullet every few days, so we can basically add a lot of those combat dice to our rolls, even if we didn't need it. But in the later missions you will encounter groups of wildlife creatures, and you don't want to do that unprepared. So we're going to gift the mummy, we're going to keep the drums, we're going to gift this, we're going to gift this, and we're going to sell this. So we did some catching up here, and I will see you in the next expedition. Bye!